1. We are back. Episode 38, I think, of Saltmarsh's Isle of Dread. It has been very spotty, on and off. Again, sorry for last week. It was nothing I can do when you're running a fever and the whole family is trying to figure out how not to feel like absolute garbage. And time before that, we made a call. Hope you guys are well. It has been a while. And last time we did it with 3 of us, or was it only 2 of us last time? We were on the plateau. Who remembers where we were last time? What we were up to?
Not it.
We were heading. We were on the plateau. We were heading more towards the mountains, and we were working. There was like a river, and we're working our way around this mountainside that's extremely steep. We went into a forest on the northwest side. Ran into, I don't remember what. We ran into some trees because we burned some logs. They stole our packs. The druid spoke to the trees. They gave back our packs and told us that there are people northeast of us, and we're heading that way. That's true. And the last thing you did, you encountered something kind of interesting. Greg, you remember what you encountered, don't you?
There's a weird tower that we couldn't tell if it was... We don't know if it was metal or stone, or if it wasn't metal, but it looked like metal, but it was stone. It's the key to enlightenment. We just got to find the key.
The key to enlightenment. You don't know.
You don't know where the key is.
Exactly. Yep. Okay, so you guys you were at this weird thing. You looked around, tried to figure out, there were some strange runes. You've had your god, or was it your god, or your power seemed to be heightened or enhanced when you were near this, right?
Yes.
Do you remember what was enhanced, or sort of what the vibe was while you were there?
I know I cast mending quicker. I think just took an action instead of a minute.
Yep.
And then I think Clay talked to his god.
Very, very, very vibrant.
Yes.
Instead of maybe it's this, maybe it's that. It was very, very It was actually, I was able to have a conversation with him.
Yep. It was, so somehow your magic seemed to be in overdrive around this thing, which is interesting. And yeah, you did, before that, some kind of trees, and, didn't seem to be malevolent, but they don't like you burning the forest down. There were a couple other things that happened as well. You did come across was it a group of, not dinosaurs, wild boars, wasn't it? And you sort of avoided them.
Yeah, we avoided them.
Yeah, you avoided them. Before that, though, there was this group of mastodons, right? This woolly mastodons that you'd tracked as well. And you followed them there was a big crevice, and it turned out there was a big gold vein. It's sort of like, crack in the earth, but you saw it was about 15,000 gold pieces worth of, gold that could be mined. However, it would take some doing to get at the gold. The gold is there, but it would take some doing to get at the gold ore, and then there's the whole processing. But that's kind of you did a few things last time. I remember that. Okay, so you guys you're now back at the. You're back at this sort of weird obelisk, or you're not really sure what it is, monolith, I guess. And have you done anything? Have you just done anything to try to ascertain a little bit more about what it was, or what were you doing?
Erectus to try to see what metal it was, or if it was metal.
Erectus wasn't getting the vibe off of it. and you and your dwarven, your dwarven knowledge, it's not like any metal or stone you've ever come across. I think Erevan and Legolas, you guys weren't really involved in it, but let me read to you what this is, so you get a little bit better understanding of where you're coming from. Okay. It's like open grasslands. Okay, so there's nothing else around. And it's a metal object. It's about 250 feet tall. The thing is just massively tall. 4 sides, base is 25 feet on the side. The top tapers to a point, and each surface is inscribed with strange ruins. By the way, you also notice that there's no grass within 200 feet of the structure as well. It's just sort of plain earth. Again, it looks like iron, but actually you don't know. It's some unknown composite metal. I think one of you guys tried touching it as well. Do you put your hand on it and it was warm? So it was warm to the touch. Yeah. So anyway, that's where you are, and yeah. The only other thing you have is, you've been slowly circling this ridge or this sort of mountain, these cliffs that go up, and some of the peaks are they're like snow tipped, but they sort of go around the center of this island, and you realize that it's thousands of feet up. It would take at least a day to go and get up there. It is scalable though. I mean, it's not like impassable, but it would take a lot of climbing, and it would and you could get there. You were also looking for maybe an easier way to try to get up there as well. Okay. Let's just start, and I know it's Legolas, you weren't around last time, but any questions about either this monolith or where you're going or what your mission is here?
No.
No? Okay. Legolas, as always, along for the ride.
We're doing it live.
Dude, fuck it, we'll do it live. Okay, Clay.
Yes.
Anything extra you want to do with this monolith?
I want to cast a healing spell on it.
A healing spell on the monolith. Okay,
Yeah.
hold that thought. Erevan, anything you want to do?
Not at this moment.
And Craig. Kane. Sorry, it was the K as the Kane, and then Greg as the person, so it became Craig. There you go.
I'm interested in the grass that doesn't seem to want to grow near it.
Okay.
I want to cast Druidcraft, see if I can sort of start to sprout something by it, or if nothing will grow in the area.
Okay, so we'll do these two things at the same time then. Clay is going to cast heal. He's going to try to heal the monolith.
If it responds to my healing, and maybe it's the key. I don't know what the key is. I'm trying to figure out what the key is.
You cast a spell, and you see a number of. So when you cast it, you're casting it on this object. On the side that you're facing when you cast it, the whole monolith, it doesn't glow. It glows a little bit. There's a little shimmer of something, like it's taking the power and it's going into itself. And you see a couple of runes. There's a couple of the runes that sort of respond more than the others. And you're like, okay, that's interesting. They don't do anything, but there's like 3 or 4 runes that a little more sensitive to that. And Greg or Kane, as you cast Druidcraft on around the Earth, you see it begin to. So you see some sprouts, some foliage begin to sort of take shape. It comes up, and then it stops. It goes yellow and sort of, it doesn't die, like it's not necrotically destroyed, but there's sort of a yellow glint and shimmer, and then it disappears. It doesn't seem to be dead, it seems to be dissolved, if that's a close way to look at it.
It's absorbing energy around it.
It's very strange.
Yeah.
Neither Legolas nor none of you guys, except Jeff and Erevan, any of the magic users, you guys never seen something do that before. It's very strange. But Clay, I need you to give me an Arcana check, an Arcana or Religion, your call.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'll give you religion.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. So yeah, trying to make sense of the runes. Nothing really. Can't really get anything out of it.
Yeah, I'm not that for Arcana and religion. Never really studied it.
Nope. Okay, so
on the insight, for insight, I'm good at that. I just don't have any.
Insight on a 250-foot monolith needs more specifics here, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like, I got a lot of insight, but I didn't spend any time reading books.
Yeah.
History.
I know people. I can figure things out, but I haven't studied.
Yeah.
Ain't books. Maybe street smart, not book smart.
Yeah, I was too busy on running errands for the church and didn't have time to spend in their libraries.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so next up, boys, what are we doing? Just a reminder that the trees or whoever said that people were northeast of here, they don't seem to be here yet. They don't seem. Maybe it's farther northeast. Maybe they made a mistake. You don't know.
Thinking maybe we should follow the mountains.
I say we continue on around the this mountain and see if there's an entrance into it.
Okay. Okay, so as I think I had mentioned before, these are only 1 mile hexes, right? So you've gone a long way during this day. I think we needed to, and I just wrote it down. Hold on.
We've gone 6 miles today.
Because you camped in the forest, didn't you?
Yeah, where it says T. That's
Yeah,
camp.
I've got 11 o'clock. I've got 11 in the morning right now. That might be incorrect, but that's the last note I had. Yeah. But anyway, okay, fine. So let's say it's still in the morning. So yeah, you guys can go 5. Just regular. You can go 5. So go ahead and move yourself, and I will give you your view. All right. Oops. That's
2.
It's supposed to be hexagon reveal, so you do. There we go.
Three.
Okay. Yep. And as you're looking south, you're keeping your eye on the mountains. Nothing. It doesn't. So far, everywhere appears to be the same.
4 and 5.
Okay. Okay, there you go.
So it's now 4 in the afternoonish.
Yep. No. it's not a mile. Yeah, sorry, it is a mile an hour. Mile an hour. That seems weird.
That's a little slow.
That's really slow. So I didn't. I said it was. I'm sorry, guys. Okie dokie.
Are these 5 miles, or are they?
I think I said 24 miles a day, which is 24 miles, 24 hexes a day. So yeah, so you've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's say you've gone. It's half of your day. Almost half of your day is gone traveling so far.
And so how, like, if I look up at the mountain, can I see the top, or is it in like clouds or something?
It's in the so you can see the top. There are parts of it, parts of it are covered by the clouds. Sometimes there's breaks, and for every hex, there's one hex that's snow capped, and the other hex that is a little bit lower, not snow capped. And then there's another hex that it's the clouds are coming down and covering it.
If I use those eagle eye glasses, do I get any better view of what's up there?
Give me a perception check. And give me 2 more perception checks. Note to aspiring DMs. Our player Jeff could have indicated he was doing this all along, but I'm going to say he was doing it all along, just to help speed up the narrative. Okay, back to the game. With 3 perception, wow. What was your 18, 6? Those are pretty good rolls. So I'm going to say that from yesterday and all day today, Jeff, using his eagle eyes and sort of scouting making sure he's having a look at the tops, it seems like everywhere is equally. It's going to take about the same amount of time to get up. There doesn't seem to be like a pass or stairs or anything. But again, you also realize anywhere you go there are going to be more than enough handholds. It's scalable. But you can also realize it's going to get cold when you get up there, because it's there's snow. You can choose a place if you wanted to go up. There are places that don't have snow at the top, but you feel it's going to be cold. By the way, tonight's drink is Trader Joe's Triple Ginger Brew. Just ginger beer. Not real beer.
I guess the question I have is, if you took the hillside, you laid it flat out, how long would it take you just to walk or run if it was flat?
You don't know. You can only see one side.
Up to the flat spot. But I'm saying instead of climbing it, remember, I could fly.
So you want to know how tall it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a rough estimate of how tall it is.
Sure. I think I mentioned it before. Let me just double check. I can. I don't know exactly how tall it is, but each one of you guys give me Each one of you give me a survival check, please. Wow, okay. Well, you guys all, I mean, okay, you guys realize, okay, if we're going to climb this thing, it's going to be 12 hours. It's 12 hours. So however far it is for you to climb up, 12 hours.
Of course, I look at it with my settings and go, we can do it.
So all of you guys realize you can do it. You can do it. But you're gonna have to make some strength checks, occasional strength checks, and depending on how things are, it might get really cold. Does any of you guys have any A, climbing gear, and B, cold weather gear?
Neither. However, I do have polymorph, and I can polymorph one of us into those big flying dinosaurs that we saw before.
Yeah, I can.
I have a rope and pittance.
Yeah, my flight would allow me to do 3,600 feet.
Okay.
It has to be dim or dark out, and I can go fly up 3,600 feet in elevation.
3,600 feet.
What was the dinosaur? It was Quetzalcoatlus?
Yeah. Quetzalcoatlus, yes.
Okay.
Koala.
Coatl, yeah, whatever. You want me to? I'm not going to look it up. No, I'm going to tell you what it is.
No,
It is a
Think.
Quetzalcoatlus. Quetzalcoatlus.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so you know how to turn into one of those.
Yeah, they have a flying speed of 80 feet. That's
Okay.
160 if you dash.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And how long does the spell last?
an hour. 160 feet for 6 seconds is 8.
You'll be able. I think you'd be able to get up. You would be able to fly up there. Yeah, within an hour. Yeah.
I'd be able to get back up and then back down.
You want me to do math? Okay.
I can do the math.
Okay, you tell me the. You tell me the math.
60 feet for 6 seconds. 8.128 meters per second.
160 per. So that's.
In an hour. That's a 19.68 miles per hour. I get just about 20 miles.
Well, it ain't no 20 miles high.
No. So. Yeah, I'm gonna say 1 hour. I'm saying you could dash, I know, but let's say 80. You could get there and back. You get there and back in that 1 hour. Clay, how long can you fly for?
Uh,
1 hour as well, or no?
1 minute at a time, and I can do it at 3 minutes max.
You'd have to do little spurts, yeah. Well, anyway, I mean, look, you can get up there. So I'll tell you, Kane, you can get up there and then get down with one shot. If you're trying to bring anybody, we'd have to do some other rolls.
That might be worth it.
Just to scout it.
Yeah. See what's up. See what the mountains are hiding.
So you want to do that?
Yeah, I think I've done it.
Okay, so from here, you're going to change into a Quetzalcoatl. I guess I've got your. I'm going gonna do this here. I'm putting. Oh, come on. You guys can see this big Quetzalcoatl. Okay. Hang on.
Yep.
Can you see it and move it? All right. So the rest of you guys ignore this, but you get to see it. So as you get to you spend half an hour and you get about 10 minutes close to the top. I need your Quetzalcoatl to give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Ooh. Let's see, they've got a plus.
They're decent.
Yeah. On save? I think they.
Yep. Hang on.
I'm just seeing they got a plus 1.
Yep. It's +1, so give me a roll for con. Okay, so you're going to take, and I had my dice somewhere. By the way, I showed you this, didn't I, guys? I showed you this? No. Do you see that? No, okay.
Mimic.
Yeah, I did show it to you before, I think. Anyway. That's not properly displayed. Okay, so you take 8 points of extreme cold damage. You shake it off, but you're a Quetzalcoatl. You're a cold-blooded reptile. So yeah, you take a little bit of damage, but you do manage to get to the top. And when you get to the top, you see it's still the middle of the day. You sort of pass through a little bit of cloud cover, and you get a chance to just peer over, and you see what appears to be. Let's go and show you what you see. Inside, there is a rim, and the rest of you guys, you can just ignore for a second. There is a lake. There's like a cratered lake or something that occupies about 2/3 of this inner sort of valley or inner circle. Hard to see, but you think there seems to be like an island in the middle of the lake. And there appears to be, over on the west side, there appears to be some kind of settlement. There's like, you see a couple boats. You think, like in the distance, you can see like a pier, and there's some like huts on the beach. You can't make out anything, but you say, okay, there's something over there. There's a lake in the middle, and there's a lake, and then there's like an island there as well.
Is there smoke coming up? Or anything to
not right now. It doesn't look. Again, you can't see people, but you can see a building. It's sort of it's pretty far away. It's like 6 miles away, but you do have some height, so you can get a little bit. Okay, there's some settlement over there. Seems very small. You got about 5-10 more minutes before you feel like you got to start heading back. Anything else specifically you're looking for?
I guess any like old structures, anything that looks like made of stone, maybe.
You don't see anything like that. What you do notice, it's very. So you've been on this grassland, like this sort of grassland plateau. That does seem to be pretty rich. It seems to be very, not jungle, but like, verdant green. The island, it looks a bit rocky. But yeah, there's like plants and pretty nice vegetation around the lake.
Interesting. I think I'll probably head back down and inform the rest about this.
Okay. Okay. So you're gonna tell everybody about what you saw? There you go. By the way, you still have your Triceratops with you, don't you?
Yeah.
Your 2 Triceratops with you. Okay, got it.
So when you were flying around up there, did you see any caves?
You didn't see any visible caves. You weren't looking specifically for caves, but you don't remember seeing any caves.
You see a pathway if somebody who lives up there uses.
I'll tell you as well, Kane. You didn't see any. You didn't see any kind of worn path or clear path up or down.
Seem pretty isolated.
Yep.
Didn't look overly old. I don't know if this is the lost city that we were looking for, but might still be people left from that.
Well, it doesn't sound like a city. It sounds like more of a settlement or a small village.
So maybe we keep moving north from here. Mark it on the map and move on.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we got.
So just to be clear, you just got a rough idea. You just got a rough idea of what was down there. You didn't see anything specific, right? So you don't know. I mean, you didn't even see if there were people in the village. But again, it's up to you. So again, you got a good view. You got a better view than before. But again, if you were gonna check it out, you would need 12 hours up to climb and 12 hours down. What you did, I'll give you, Kane, give me an insight check, please. Beat a 16. No, okay, forget it. Fine. Didn't find any specific ways that would make it go up faster. That you'd be able to get up faster. Okay.
Someone had fly, I think, right? Like the spell.
I don't have the spell fly. I have a ability. But we would be climbing.
Again, guys, it's up to you. You can climb. You can climb.
I could bring one person with me if I turn somebody else into the big bird, and then I wild shape into like a little spider on their back. We could probably get up there and down, and we'd have 2 people on the other side, but it would split us.
I can cast fly too.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. I believe 2 creatures.
How long does your fly last?
10 minutes. Flying speed of 60.
on 2 creatures?
Yes.
Okay, hold on a second.
Problem is that one only lasts 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It lasts 10 minutes, right?
Which is 60 turns.
So 600 feet a minute.
100 turns?
600 turns.
No.
It's 36,000 feet.
Okay. Even though it's not 36,000 feet up, we're going to use a little D&D physics here. With the fly spell, it'll get you up halfway. So you can get up halfway.
How
Sorry?
many third level spell slots do you have? Or, right, be fourth for that? Or was it?
I have 2 spell slots. And,
And you get yours back on a short rest, though, right?
I do.
Okay. So I could take somebody and me, and we could go the whole way in the hour. You could go spend it like halfway to get up, then your second slot, other halfway up, spend an hour at the top, and then go back down. Same thing. I think we'd have to leave the Triceratops behind at this part, but we could get there like tomorrow.
Well, my question is it worth expending all this energy and time? I mean, are we looking for a city or are we looking for a village? Well, this doesn't seem like a city from what you described.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I think our priorities were set for something a little bit more grand. Not to say we can't explore it at a later date, but I thought we should probably expend our efforts in trying to find the city.
Each one of you guys, I want you to roll an a history check. Beat a fifth. No, make it a little more challenging. Beat a 17, please. Okay, so as you're discussing this, Erevan goes. This sort of comes to you, Erevan. Yeah, you know what? It was a city, but it was the center of the island. It was a center. It was a plateau, and you remember it was the middle of the plateau. It was the middle of this area that you knew something important was. You just recall that. You say, "Oh yeah, a city is important," but something about the center of the plateau is even more important.
Is this the center of the plateau?
That's a good question.
Seems like it.
Again, you guys you can go 18. How many hexes? 20 hexes or 24 hexes a day. You could go check it out. So it's now one in the no, it's not. It was 11 and 12. It's now 2 in the afternoon, you guys.
In the afternoon.
Yep.
If we are going to do this, we should probably move back to around where we came from, so we can get closer to the western side of this.
But I'm still, is this the quote unquote center of this plateau?
Do you want to try to do a little guessing here?
Yeah.
Okay. Who in your party is going to go do your big geologic survey with your fantastic, not cartography, but your nature or survival roll? Only one of you guys is going to get the chance to do this.
I'll do it survival. I'll do it survival.
Oh, it's 5
Plus
nature.
8.
I got.
Plus 8 to survival.
Same here.
You roll.
Okay, Ervan. It's got to be a high roll. This is without exploring the island or the plateau. You got to roll a 20. It's a DC of 20 to see if you can tell whether this is the center or not.
I burned up all those high rolls. I don't think this is going to help. But okay.
22.
Wow.
Good job.
Okay. Good enough. Yeah, you're pretty. There's probably more area to this plateau, but you get this feeling this is probably the center of it. Sure.
Okay. Well, then if this is what the important area is supposed to be, then maybe we should explore it.
Yeah. I say we maybe look around and see if there's a cave or something. If not, tomorrow morning we start climbing.
Okay, so you're gonna go back to sort of the western area, or you're gonna go like east, check out everything first, and then go back, or where do you want to go? Where do you want to start your climb?
Well,
Or the fly, I guess.
I kind of agree with Kane's assessment of if we're going to do this, we should do it over an area that's closer to it. So going back around to the other side would make more sense. Now, whether we go around the way we're currently going or we go back the way we came, that's up to the party.
X's do we have left today?
What's that?
It was what, 18 per day? Is that right?
You got 24. I said 24, I think.
24?
At 24 per day, and you've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You've gone 12, but you've spent some time going up and down, so you've got about 8 more you can go today.
8 left. Alright. 1, 4, 7, 8. That puts us right there if we go around the back, or the way we came.
Takes you where?
8. We can either get if we go back the way we came, or I think there if we go around the other way.
Okay.
I say we continue on around.
That'll put us close enough if we stop there.
Okay, so show me again where you're going to stop.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There.
Okay, over there, got it. And I'm going to go reveal this for you. Two things happened today, two things happen as you get closer to your your campsite for the night. I need Clay. Give me a roll 1d6, please. 3. As you're heading, as you're literally like within an hour of you departing to go over here, you guys feel another one. The earthquake. Earth shakes again. You had the earth shake previously. It's pretty minor. Like it doesn't even throw you to the ground. It's just like, oh wow, the earth's moving. It's not too violent a shock. Second thing happens. You also pass by those hogs were sort of near the same area, and you guys seem to be a little more wary of each other. So you're just like, okay, yeah, you go there, we go here, and you sort of go your separate ways. But you walked around. You've been this loop already now, and you came across the hogs like over here. I think it was over this area. But you managed to just sort of keep your distance and moves away. Okay, so you get to there. Luckily, it's not a deep cave. It's a very shallow cave, but good place to rest for the night. Seems pretty safe. Are you guys, so you're gonna rest before you head up?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Take what we need off the Triceratops, because I don't think they're going to be able to come with us.
Okay, so make sure you guys have make sure the party loot, which is, I know you've got a couple of magic bags here, bags of holding. Make sure you've got on you what you can actually carry, okay? And is the goal, the plan is Legolas is going to cast Fly twice to get up, or sorry, is it twice to get up, rest, and then twice to get down? Is that your plan, Legolas? For who's flying? You and who?
Probably Aravan.
Aravan, okay. And Kane, you're going to turn into a Quetzalcoatl, and
Turn somebody else into one, and then I
Cast what's called on me. He's gonna turn into a spider, climb on the back, and I'm flying up.
got it. Okay.
And I'm flying up, and I'm flying back down, and I'm gonna land.
maybe like some small snow and
A small what?
something from the Icewind area where I'm from. Something that's like accustomed to the cold climate up there. I'll wild shape into one of those.
Okay, you can change. You can turn into a Alpine Almirage if you want. You guys doing the Alpine Almirages? An Alpine Snow Bunny with a horn. Alpine Unicorn Snow Bunny.
Alpine snow frog.
Yeah, Snow Frog.
Stink. Yeah, they stink. They're all white and they stink when you step on them.
I don't know if any of you guys have stepped on Craig yet, or in Kane yet. Sorry, sorry, Craig. Oh, sorry. It might also be the fact that my son is watching Craig of the Creek, so that might have something to do with it. Okay, I'm assuming you're gonna do your preparation so that you can grab onto the Quetzalcoatl as a bunny. Excuse me, as a bunny. Okay, let's do this. Each one of you, I need each one of you to roll 1d12, please, because we haven't rolled a 1d12 in months. Okay. Kane and Legolas. And by the way, I know that the order what is it called? Staying awake order, or the keeping watch order, is Kane, Clay, Legolas, and Aravan. It's Kane and Legolas. That night when you're sleeping / meditating, you have a, not premonition, but a feeling of
Good night.
what's that?
I got a feeling that tonight's going to be a good night.
You got a feeling that tonight's pretty uncomfortable night. No, you feel that you're feeling that you're used to the chaos, Legolas. You're used to, being touched from beyond the, from a different realm. You feel it very strongly tonight. It's not the realm that you're used to, but you feel it, an ancient evil. You feel that there is some chaos, and you are not in control of your dream at all. Usually, you have a dream, you can control things because you guys are both pretty, you're active in your dreams. You've got zero control. You feel like you are being completely manipulated into doing things that you would never normally do. It's a nightmare. Legolas, you have a dream of being back in the dockyards when you were getting illicit goods, and in order to sell for profit. You have a specific dream where you are not able. It's not only did you take the contraband, but you backstabbed, literally kill everyone else involved in supplying this to you as you set sail on a journey with this contraband, and you kill people with zero mercy and no thought about it, and you really don't like it. It's not you, and you don't feel like you're the one pulling the strings or making these decisions. Kane, you have a vision back to the battlefields on the plains of where you fought the bear, the red bear, and you felt, instead of the normal fear that you had, but the sort of the bravery, I can get through this and I'm going to fight my way through this. You've got an image of sheer panic, like you want to run away, but you have your soul gets not trapped. You become what the enemy was, and even worse. Instead of all of your fellow soldiers that got killed in this, you have this vision of you killing them yourself. When the soldiers run into battle, you walk up behind them and stab them in the neck. When there is one of your compatriots who's wounded on the battlefield, you don't just put him out of his misery, you gleefully cause more pain before finishing him off. And you don't feel like you're controlling this. Both of you, when you guys wake up, you feel very disturbed. You don't feel comfortable, and both of you get one level of exhaustion. You've had dreams before, nightmares, but these are pretty intense. You don't know what it means, but that's what you have. So those are the two visions specifically that you have. Those are the kind of nightmares that you have. Next morning, rise and shine. Beautiful day. You're at the foot of one of the peaks that doesn't seem to have snow on it, but you can move closer to the western section if you want, or you can try to go over the mountain now. There's a cliff now. What do you want to do, ladies and gentlemen?
We should cross first and then walk to the village. I feel like that gives them a little bit more warning than us just flying down into it.
Agreed, and that way we can get a look at them.
Okay, you guys have all your stuff. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna leave the Triceratops in the cave or nearby, or?
I don't think we should tie them up. I think we should probably leave them in the cave, but leave them free to wander. And I'll probably spend a speak with animals spell.
Okay.
And I'll just tell them hey, we're gonna be gone. Might be a few days. Stick around here somewhere. We'll come back for you.
Okay, so you're just gonna let them go though. You're not gonna tie them up or have a post or okay. Okay.
With the boars around, I feel like it's better if they've got their leave of the place.
Okay. Before you leave though, they both ask, "What do we eat?" Because you're talking to them. They're in a cave. I mean,
I did. I think I noted down the plants that they were eating. Was that the mastodons?
that's mastodons. Yep. I mean, if you want, there's some. I mean, there's grass around. You can.
Yes.
Okay. Good, fine. Good. All right. So, Legolas, let's start with you. You are taking Erevan up. You're flying, and then casting it again until you get to the top. All right. Okay, good. So you guys are both flying. As you get almost halfway, when your juice is kind of about 10 minutes before you're out of juice, you look around for a place to sort of land and recast. Both of you guys give me an insight check, please. You don't find a suitable place to land. 5 minutes later, give me another insight check, please. Okay, so this time Jeff is able to, Erevan is able to find a little ledge that you guys could stop on, recast, and then continue the way. Okay. You were the first time you're like, oh, that would. Ooh. You could probably have sort of fallen onto some rock and held on, and then tried to cast, but that was going to be a little riskier. Okay, so you cast again, and you now get to the top. Give me both of the guys. Give me an insight check as well.
Holy shit!
Mr. Insightful, is that the same roll?
I swear to God. Now what? If we have combat, I'm going to be rolling 2s and 3s.
So sorry, Jeff rolled a 16, Steve rolled a 5, both times.
No, a 6.
What? No, he rolled a 5. Like the roll was 5. Anyway. Okay. Anyway, you guys get to the top of the mountain, and you're going to take a short rest. Is that Legolas? Is that right, Legolas?
Take a short rest in my spell slots.
Okay. Erevan, roll a 1d6, and if it's a 1 and 2, something's going to happen. Ooh, okay. So as you guys get to the top, you're taking a short rest, but the wind begins to pick up, and you notice that the weather up here is more unsettled and choppy than it was down on the plateau floor. Both of you guys give me a con saving throw, please. Okay. Each of you take 6 points of cold damage. It is frosty and cold. You're not wearing any parkas or anything like that, and it's pretty biting. But you're still able to huddle up and stay okay, but you do lose 6 points of damage. As that's going on, the Quetzalcoatlus brothers, or the not brothers. So you're going up, Mr. Almiraj. And you're going up and then going down. Okay. I need Clay to give me a con saving throw, please. Ooh.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
You take 5 points of damage. It's cold. Almiraj Bunny, you don't take any damage because you've got a nice Arctic hair skin fur, so it's all good. But I do need you to give me a dex saving throw. Okay, that's fine. No, it's fine. You would had to roll really bad, but you're able to. You hang on. It's a bit bumpy at the top, especially as the wind from the inside of the crevasse, or not crevasse. What's it called? Inside of the cliffs. caldera. Inside the caldera pushes you away a little bit, but you're able to hang on. And you wanted to go fly down. Is that right, Clay? So you want to fly up to the top and then go back down, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have the ability to move the bird.
Okay. Oh, okay. Here, I'll move you.
Move him up. Yeah, right there.
Okay. So you managed to land. You guys both land, and you do notice. Okay, yeah. So in the distance, there appears to be a village. There's some vegetation. There are plants, small shrubs, not big trees, but there's a few trees around. You sort of land. You get a decent view. You can see that. There are people at the village, and there are maybe 50. Some people out in the boats.
I turn back into human as soon as I land.
Okay.
I stays about like 5 minutes and eat some grass.
Okay, got it.
It's actually a stat block for the Almirage.
What's that?
I found the stat block for the little
The Almirage? You did? Okay. If you guys played not Isle of Dread, 2 of Annihilation, which you guys didn't. No, you didn't, Steve. But the other guys I had in my group did. So Almirage was there. You know what? I'll say that it was not only you knew about the Almirage from it was the Alpine Almirage from Icewind Dale, but the Jungle Almirage from Chult is also a known creature. You've never seen one, but you've seen the Icewind version. So, okay, and now Legolas and Erevan, you guys are... Yes. Yep.
We're up on top, correct?
You're up on top, yes.
How sheer is this cliff on the inside?
70 degrees.
So fairly sheer.
Yep. Fairly sheer, but again, there's lots of handle. It's rocky, and yeah, you're...
This is my question.
Okay.
Legless, how long does it take to cast this?
How long what?
The reason I ask is that if we take and launch ourselves together off this, you only have to use one spell slot.
Call.
Free fall to within, I don't know, the distance of flight down, and then we land.
Would you like to use rules as written D&D 5e, or would you like the rules as intended and the optional falling rule in D&D 5e? Because I think you would prefer the optional falling rule. Because the original rules as written means you basically fall to your death immediately.
Why is that?
Physics in 5e is effed up. I think it basically it doesn't give you the time. It's like, hey, you fall in 6 seconds. The optional falling rule is you fall 500 feet at the start of your turn, and then I think it's 360 I can't remember how much it is. I think it's 500 feet every 6 seconds again.
Or you both could just fly out, and then when that spell ends, drop. And then Clay and I can just give you some healing.
Well, my point being,
If you fly out, make
if
sure
we're
you hit the
using-
water so you hit the water.
Because if you hit the water, it's like marshmallow. It's just it cushions your fall.
Yeah, I played Minecraft.
Exactly.
this is my question. I mean, running it, you are the DM, so sure, you're the ultimate rule. It doesn't matter about the rules themselves. You're the ultimate rule. But I'm trying to do this logically.
Yep.
I've seen free fall kind of stuff.
Yep.
And if the distance from us to the ground has, terminal velocity and all taken consideration, we should be able to dive off fall together, because we are, whether we're not the same weight, we can fall together. He casts a spell on both of us. We land.
Right.
It's magical base jumping.
Exactly.
So, no, I know.
The spell you actually need is Featherfall.
Featherfall would have been great. No, I know where you're coming from, Jeff. Again, I know it's like, but again, it's 70 degrees, which is not full. Like, it's not like this. It's not like this, but it's also not sheer, right? So, casting one. How long does fly last again, Legolas?
10 minutes. And it's one action to cast.
Yep. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say it's not exactly base jumping, but let's say you fly out to clear so you know what I'm saying. So you'd fly out so you don't hit the rocks, but then you just sort of free fall. You let yourself free fall, and then use the fly to pull you out of the tailspin and land you over.
With a little wily coyote.
A little sign. Why? Or like a big question mark. Why?
This is why I'm trying to think creatively, especially since, like I said, you just explained exactly the problem with a lot of this D&D stuff is that the rules are very chaotic or completely broken as far as physics go.
Yep.
When I try and DM, I try and account for that physics situation. So if someone came up with this idea, I would say, hey, at least you thought of it. I'll give it a shot.
No, so what I'm going to say is, again, it makes sense, especially if I'm using the 5e, the optional rule, falling rules, and it makes sense. And just logically, yeah, you wouldn't need to cast fly twice to get down. You could do it once, free fall out of the way, push yourself out, and then I'm going to say that, yeah, you can, so you can cast it once, and you will be able to land nearby where the other two guys are. So you still have a fly slot. Okay? And I'm also going to give Jeff inspiration just for thinking outside not thinking outside the box, but using what just thinking. Period. I'm giving you inspiration for thinking, Jeff. Congratulations.
Wow, geez, thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, and okay, so you guys now you've landed in sort of this area. Legolas and Aravan, give me a perception roll, please. Yeah, well, let's see when combat. Let's see if this happens when combat happens. So,
like I said, watch 2s and 3s.
So Aravan, as you're coming down, you guys are doing your Marvel superhero land. But as you come down, you realize that there are some. You looking at the village, and there's some people in the village that see you guys. They see these people coming in, and like you can't hear what they're saying, but they're all natives. They're similar to Tanaroans, but they've got different kinds of weapons, different kinds of armor. They've got this. It looks like wicker basket armor. It's like sticks, I guess. Thatch. Breastplates and and shin guards, etc. And there are about 10 these warriors. They all have long hair, very long hair, and they're all rushing towards you guys. You can see it as you're coming down. It's 2 miles away, but you can see that they're heading towards you guys.
I wish I was playing a 2E druid or a 2E cleric right now, what spell would I be casting when they get to me?
I have no idea. Fireball? No.
Dicks to snakes.
What's that? What?
Dicks to snakes.
Dicks to snakes.
Oh, sticks.
Sorry. You know what? That's interesting. Interesting that you should say that. Why would you say that again? Because that's what they had in 2E?
I would, if I was playing a cleric in 2E, I would be just like, oh, great, come on, bring it on. Oh, hey, look at that, sticks to snake. And you have to roll for it, but there's a good chance that they become out poisonous snakes. Oh, they're wearing them on their bodies? Oh, that's not good.
No, it wasn't here. Sorry. There was a... No! Would that be this? In this module, there is a spell called Sticks to Snakes. Unfortunately, you don't know where that spell is coming from or when you can use it, but I'm giving you a little heads up, just, hey, Sticks to Snakes, it's a thing on the Isle of Dread. You know why? Because this stuff came from the Bexy group, which was around the same time as 2E, which had Sticks to Snakes. So it's an homage to original expert edition, and it had Sticks to Snakes in it. So interesting you should say that. That's very cool.
But like I said, it's one of those things. It's like, oh, hey, it's one of those useful spells that don't get used very often. 55%
chance that it's a poisonous snake, right?
Yep.
Yep. Anyway, they're heading towards you. The villagers seem to be a little not panicked. They're wondering what's going on. You see, there were 2 fishing boats. They're coming in, and as I said, these 10 warriors are heading towards you. They'll be there in about 10 minutes. They're running full speed ahead.
I go stealth mode as soon as I get down. Once I get an idea that everybody else is in good shape, I will say go stealth mode, have my bow ready.
Okay. So ready in action?
Yep.
And what would the trigger be?
They are attacking us, and I will shoot what I perceive to be the leader of the group, or the most heavily armed. I will go to assassination mode.
If they attack you guys.
If they're coming in on aggressive, I'm going to stay back from the group, our group.
So if they're coming in aggressive, or if they actually attack you?
If they attack.
If they attack, got it. Okay. Give me a stealth roll, please. Got it. So you... Jesus Christ. So,
I think I've only had one roll under 20 so far.
God, man. So you tell us to the party, you guys are wary that these guys are on their way. Craig, oh my God. Kane, what do you want to do?
If there's any Tannerolian like symbol for peace or for like welcoming, then I'll try to replicate it when they get close. But otherwise, I'm hoping this doesn't turn into a combat. I just want to stand around, not threatening.
Not threateningly, and what do you want to do? What, you want to say something in Tannerowan, or like?
If there was if I knew the words, yeah. If not, like a symbol, like "come in peace."
Give me a history check. Be a DC 8. Yeah. Okay. So you remember that? Yeah. When you guys met a lot of Tannerolans, they were always giving a symbol, it was like a welcome symbol, and you learned that was like peace. I come in peace. Okay, Clay, what about you?
I'm gonna hold off. I'm not pulling weapons or anything. I want to try to resolve this as peacefully as possible. So I'm trying not to be all. I'm not trying to be defensive. I'm trying to be very passive on this.
Legolas.
So before Aravan disappears, I'm gonna drop 2 healing dice into him. So that's, before you disappear, I'm gonna drop 2d6 of healing you, so that's 10.
Mhm.
Point?
Yep, that should get you back to full.
Oh yeah, I'm totally back to full.
You said we had 10 minutes before they get here?
About 10 minutes. Yep.
I'm gonna do the same thing to myself.
Okay.
Be back to full. And then who else had damage?
Okay.
It was temporary because I was shapeshifted when I came out.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, done with that. I will hold an action as they rush up. If they attack, not just act aggressively, I will Eldritch Blast whoever is in front.
You're gonna what that again?
If we're attacked, not just they act aggressively, but actually attacked, I will let loose with Eldritch Blast on whoever looks the biggest and the strongest.
Okay, got it. Okay. So 1 second, guys. Okay. As you're sort of in your little area here, you're not moving out from where you sort of landed. You see 10 of these warriors. They're obviously the warriors from this village. Come to you, and one guy goes to the front, and he's flanked by 2 others, and the rest are sort of behind him, and they say, Handurin. Something in Tanaroan. It doesn't sound exactly Tanaroan, but you kind of like, okay, well, this is tribal, but maybe a different dialect. I don't know. And they're kind of like, And the first guy, and okay, so, Kane, not Craig, Kane. What do you do?
That'd be the symbol that.
As you do it, the guy looks to the other 2 are like, and then the one on his right puts his spear down and, and he the main one has a spear, and he looks at you and he points over to the village. And the guy on his left, he also puts his spear back. The leader still has a spear out, but the one on the left's put his spear away.
I'll turn to the rest of the party and be like, guys, this means peace.
Okay, start. I think he wants us to go to the rest of the village.
Alright, give me I want each one of you to give me a charisma check, please.
Charisma?
Yep, a charisma check. Not a persuasion or just simple charisma. Oh wow. Okay.
You would have a +2 to that. I have a -1. I still got.
I have a -2, and I threw a 17.
So you guys are all charming, except for Craig, who said he came in peace. His name is Craig now. Craig, my name is Craig, and he was like, no, your name is Kane, you asshole. He's like, I come in peace. This means Craig. And the rest of the guys are super nice with these guys, and they're going, you're an idiot. You're either an idiot or he's a bit of a dick. So they number 2 and number 3 pick up their spears and they point it at you, and they lead you to the village. You guys, the other guys sort of like, then it's like he's got his spear away, and he's sort of talking to you in a language or Legolas. You're like, I don't know what the hell you're saying. Same thing with the other 2. These guys seem friendly enough, but they're not very trusting of you, Craig. Because sorry, I'm just gonna go with Craig today. Okay, but they take you closer to the village. And as you get there, you see that there's. I'll tell you what the village will look like. It's basically it's a small village. There is the landward side, surrounded by crude palisades of palm trunks and branches, sort of extend into the water on both sides of the village. Maybe it looks like maybe 50 inhabitants are here. There's about like the middle of the village is like 6 long, big thatched huts, maybe communal living kind of thing. 6 palm thatched lodges raised about 2 feet off the ground in stilts, and in the lake there are a couple more lodges as well. So this is obviously a fishing village. There's like a few fishing boats. There's nets attached to sort of the walls that jut out into the lake as well. You see there's some sort of gardens, some small farmland, but you also realize it's nice around here. And I should probably mention, I said it's more lush. It's also warmer. So it's warmer and a little bit more humid. So not as like nice and temperate as the plateau was. Everybody seems to be wearing these simple outfits, similar to Tanaroans, but just a different tribe, different kind of group here. And when you get to the village, you are greeted by somebody who speaks to you in common. There you go. That's not the right person. That's not the right person. That's the right person. You see there is a sort of as these warriors bring you to the village, there is a decrepit, stooped, tribal human who stands before you. He's got a feathered leather headdress which covers his bald head, and his body sports various piercings holding animal bones or tusks. This is what he looks like. That's what the guy looks like. And he says, to all of you, and then he looks over at you, Craig, says, my name is Umlat, and welcome to our village. What's the name of our village? Our name of our village is Mantru, and he asks you what brings you here. He looks at all of you. He's saying in common. Of course, somewhat accented, but he seems to has a good grasp of the language. What brings you here?
Lost City.
Lost City. Lost City. You mean? Well, we're not lost. We are exactly where we need to be. This is Mantra. This is where we're supposed to be.
How do you know how to speak our tongue?
Well, I'm Umlat, and he looks at you, Clay, and he says, "I am, I think the word is cleric of the village. You," and he looks at your sort of decoration. He says, "You are a cleric as well."
Yes, I am.
So, I have studied. I have left Mantru and I've come back, and I've left and I've come back, and I know I try to understand more, but I love my home, Mantru, and this is where I will be. He says, first, the lost village. Maybe you might be talking about the island. It's not a city, I don't think. But let me tell you more about it. Come. And he gestures you in. Seems very friendly. He sees that you guys don't seem to have any malintentions. And he says, we've been here a long time. Would you like to? You look like you've been traveling for a while. And he looks at you guys. You guys are kind of. You're a bit ragged. You have been traveling for a bit. He says, "Come, rest, bathe, and we will have it. We will have a big feast to welcome our visitors." Do you want to accept his hospitality?
Yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I want you guys just to give me an insight check as well. Each of you give me an insight check. Come on, Craig. It will only be for this session. All right, Legolas. You believe, so you guys all think these guys are great. Legolas, you don't trust these guys farther than you can throw them. You think they're all shifty. They wear funny clothes.
They smell.
They smell. They eat fish. You can tell. You don't get any bad vibe from that. Except Legolas, you're a little paranoid. You still haven't completely bought into this. You have a Umlat, as he welcomes you, he says, "You must stay tonight. We will have a great feast for our visitors." And he says, each one of you can stay in one of the longhouses with a different family and a different clan. Do you guys want to be split up, or do you want to try to stay together?
Actually, want to spend time with the fellow cleric and like pass knowledge on to him. So I'll be like, hey, I'll stay with you if you don't mind.
He's not offering. So basically, he says you will stay with the village families. We will talk, and I will introduce you to our chief tonight for dinner. So they basically introduce you to these different village houses. They're all very friendly, super nice. They're big families, big groups. They have within these sort of halls or these long houses. There are some rooms and some partitions. So for the guests, you guys do have a little privacy area. You can put your stuff. There's a separate bed, but you're sort of billeting or your homestay with a very large family in the village. You have they say that we have robes. We've got a change of clothes if you want. The feast will begin in 4 hours. So do you guys want to just relax, rest a little bit?
Yes.
Okay. You have some nice. It's a little warmer, a little humid. These nice sort of linen gowns or whatever that they provided, and it's very nice and refreshing. And they say, come to the main beach area. We'll take you out and introduce you to everybody. As you come out to the few hours later, you get to the beach. There on the lake here, the sun is going down. There are bonfires going on, and you can see that people have been hard at work making this feast. They're basically, let me just read specifically what there is. Yeah, so you basically, there's piles of baked fish, tropical fruits, nuts, yam paste, turtle soup, roasted birds, and fermented yam beer. Held on the beach, big smoking fires are lit to drive away insects. But basically, surprisingly welcoming, and not asking for anything. During the course of the evening, you are introduced to. So Umlat is the cleric, the tribal cleric, but there is the chief, and the chief is a aging tribal male. I'll just show you what he looks like first. There he is. His name's Fano. He's got he's aging. He's a little bit older, but he his statue belies a once powerful and muscular physique. Now his black hair is thinning and graying, and his left arm dangles limply from an old injury. His face and torso bear many scars, proudly displayed as some sort of badge of honor. So this is Fano, the chief. As you're talking to the chief and Umlat, is there anything specific you guys want to ask these guys before they say anything more?
Yeah, I want to ask about the city built by the gods.
City built by the gods. So Umlat tells you. So Umlat is he talks about him being pious, and he's very devoted to his deity. He says, the city of the gods, I do not know what you're talking about. Oleron, who's the lord of the skies, and he is the one true deity. We don't have there is no city built for him. We are his children. Everyone under the sky is our own city of Orlon. Again, he's really old, and you do notice he's the oldest inhabitant of the whole city, this whole town settlement. There's most of the people are younger. The two oldest, in fact, are this guy Umlat and Fano, the chief. He says, I do not know what you're talking about, a city. However, maybe Taboo Island has the answers to what you seek. Taboo Island, and he points yonder. In the middle of the lake, in the distance, you can see there is a mountainous, less lush, more rocky outcropping island, about a mile. It looks like about a mile in diameter. And Umlat says, but I don't know if that's a city, but there are people that live there. And he says they're not just people. There are tribesmen, there are other natives that have been recently attacking us. We know that there were people living there. They have become much more aggressive. We have they are headhunters. That it has been a number of months since they have become extremely hostile. There were years of rumors of people living on Taboo Island, but that island is taboo. We are not to go there. Orlon and everyone knows it is taboo to set foot on that island. But these headhunters, they've been coming from there, and they've either been attacking, stealing our food, and in a couple of examples, they've taken some of our villagers. And we are at odds. We are not warriors. We are not fighters. But we do know that some. It's not just been from our village that some of our members have gone. There are rumors that others far away on the Isle of Dread have come there as well. We do not know what to make of it. We don't know what to do. We can't go and attack them, but maybe that's the city that you're talking about. But we don't know. We've never set foot there. That's what you learn about what they say about that island.
Do you mind if we go and set foot there and perhaps free your fellow villagers?
And he looks at you and he says, "Do you believe in Orlon?"
No?
Then you may go. Then or if it is Orlon that forbids it in our village. You're not a part of our village, and you do not believe in Orlon. So go ahead. Ironically, he seems to be not so It doesn't seem to be problematic that you believe in somebody else. So anything else? Anything else? Yes.
Ask him about the big pillar out that is northwest of here.
Ooh. You mean the great penile one?
The big black penile one? Yeah.
Yes. Well, we don't talk about color, sure, but it is the great penile one. We do not know what it is for. We stick to our village, and as you can see, this is verdant, rich land, and we're happy to be here. We do not need to worry about those things. However, my wife, rest in peace, she always believed that had some deeper meaning, some religious meaning. Orlon doesn't understand, some different deity. She always mentioned, wasn't the sky, wasn't the sun. It had to do with the light. Something to do with the light and sunrise. She always talked about it having more power in the mornings. But I didn't explore it, and that's just a rumor. She also said it was a way to get to somewhere else. She talked about the light and the dawn and a way to get somewhere else. But there's nothing more I can help you with on that. As he's explaining this, Chief Fano comes over and says he overheard Craig talking about the Taboo Island and about the city, and he says, "Now you know our problem. We cannot survive as a culture without somebody doing something about these headhunters. We do not know why. We've lived here for generations, and all I know is that recently, and as he says recently, Ervan, roll 1d6 please." The ground begins to shake. It is a major shock. And you can feel the earth move again. It is, everybody, each one of you guys give me a DC 10 dex saving throw. Everybody but Craig. Everybody but Craig stays on their feet. Craig falls prone along with a number of villagers as the ground begins shaking and causing a lot of damage. 30 seconds later, it stops. The buildings are still up. The waves in the water have some of the feast. The food has fallen over, and again a little unsettling. So this is like the third or fourth shock you guys have felt so far. And
recently, or has this been getting more frequent?
Fano says much more recent, much more. Again, it's the past few months, but even these days, they seem to be coming together much more often. And as he continues talking to you about Taboo Island, his eyes sort of light up, and he goes, "I wonder if they're connected." Meanwhile, you guys have put two and two together previously and knows that this is probably, there's something going on here, and he just has realized that right now. But he says, would you be able to help us find out what's going on? If this is connected to the activity on the island, and with the headhunters that did not used to be so aggressive, but have now turned over, something's happened. Can you help us? I fear that Umlat, and he pulls over Umlat. Tell him about your dream, and then you see Umlat just no, come. Okay, talk. And he talks about a dream he's had, and he has counseled other people in the group about dreams where they're out of control or they're doing things that they don't want to do, they wouldn't necessarily do, unspeakable deeds that many of the villagers have a hard time dealing with the next day. Many of them are traumatized by what they saw in their dreams.
I too have had that dream.
Then I fear that our verdant, rich, paradise, tropical village of Mantru is being poisoned by Taboo Island. If you would help us, can you help us do something about that? If you would, we would be eternally grateful. Whatever you would want, we can help you with. We don't have anything valuable, but maybe there are great treasures hidden somewhere under Taboo Island. I don't know. We haven't been there for generations, but maybe this is the hidden city that you wish.
I want to ask him: is there like the only way into this area? Is it over the mountains, or is there like a cave?
No, he says only way into or out of our caldera here is over the mountains. If we need to go outside, we have our warriors spend the days to go over. We've never found any caves or anything to get around it. There was talk generations ago about trying to build a road, but it seems folly. What reason do we have to go outside or anyone to come in here? And as they're drinking their sort of their yam beer, they're looking around and they're talking about how great the food is and how great life is here. You guys, it's nice. It's pretty limited, but it's nice enough.
Is the yam beer strong, or is it pretty weak?
It's regular, but it's very flavorful. And Legolas knows that, actually, Legolas and Erevan know a thing or two about their beer. It's sort of like strong pumpkin ale. Like it's not, it's very unique. You can drink it if you need to. It'll get you drunk, but it's a bit of an acquired taste. So, but for now, it's like, hey, it's the only thing there. You're drinking yam beer. Okay.
to break up from that and bring our party out to it. If you give us a minute to talk.
Of course. They're not offended at all. So you guys want to have a little private conversation? Okay.
Yeah. And I think we should help them out. It sounds like this might be the city, or at least Taboo Island might be the city we've been looking for.
I agree. I say we do what we do best.
You're asking a Marine if he wants to go kill something?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, happy birthday, by the way.
Well, I'm not a true Marine. My character isn't.
Well, happy birthday. Is it the Marine's birthday today?
Marine birthday was the 10th.
Okay.
I was at the Marine Corps ball this last weekend.
Nice.
Which one, right or left?
Both. Oh, man. Okay. Okay, Doug. All right, we're gonna switch this up. So, go ahead. So you guys do want to help them?
Yeah.
All right.
I think I'll go back and tell the chief. I think we all agree we can help you with this problem.
Okay, hold on a second. Oh, fuck. Okay. We can help, and he says, he's got only one good arm. His other arm is kind of just limp, but a big beaming smile. It's not a joyous smile, but it's a sort of relief. Thank you, and for helping. And as he thanks you. He's introducing to all his, the villagers. There's maidens in waiting coming in and serving you guys, having your yam beer, just loving it. You do know, I mean, it's obviously clear to you, Legolas, that you're not getting rich for helping these guys, but maybe what's inside is going to be, worth your while. They say that we'll get you out to the island. They've got canoes. We're not allowed to set foot on there, but we can at least get you over there. But first, keep talking, drink. This is a celebration for our new friends, and you can set forth in the morning. Anything more you guys want to do tonight as this feast is going on? The party continues late into the evening. Anything specific you want to understand more from Fano or Umlat?
I'm not drinking. I'm kind of keeping an eye on the whole group as a bunch.
Okay.
I'm gonna just get a little drunk. Maybe I'll see if there's a really beautiful lady that's not taken.
Roll a 1d6. And then roll 1d4. There are 4 ladies that are not taken. Give me a 1d6 again, please. No, roll a 1d4. 1d4. There is one of them that's beautiful. The rest are absolute dogs.
Okay. Try to tactfully, hopefully go back to her place.
Okay. Craig, I need you to give me a performance. I need you to give me a performance check, and I need you to give me, and Logan or Clay, you need to give me a performance check, a persuasion check with a -4.
Okay, so -5 for persuasion.
Yeah.
we go.
Craig, you are now accepted. You're having great conversations. You're part of the group. So there, you've managed to ingratiate yourself with the hosts. Clay, you are you have now wound up in a fight with one of the warriors that was also putting the moves on this girl. He says she's his girlfriend. She says, I don't know what you're talking about. He says, I'll show you, and you guys get into a fight. What would you like to do? Would you like to actually have the fight, try to stop the fight, get out of the fight, or plead the fifth?
I am actually going to take it in front of the chieftain and say, would you like some entertainment? And me and this gentleman, we duke it out bare knuckle.
The chief says, go ahead. You go bare knuckle it with this guy? Okay, so here's a skill check for you. So, give me a... Yeah, so you're going to need athletic. You're going to need you need 2 athletics and 1 acrobatic check. And we're literally just going to go mano a mano. Athletics, acrobatics, athletics. And, yeah, and then I get to roll mine as well. And let me just... Yep.
Is it 22? Acrobatics?
Oh, whoa. Okay, great. Okay. Yep.
So, 22, 17, 19.
Okay. First shot, you guys are like, you're sort of moving around. You're in the sand. People are lining around. They're watching you go. And, you take the first punch, he just ducks out of the way. He takes a punch, he hits you. He gets you. And you'll take, these are not going to be that bad, obviously, but
1d4 usually.
That's what they are. 3 points of damage.
Okay.
So you shrug it off. Next one, you try to dodge and give him a smack in the... You sort of dodge around him, give him an elbow in the back of the head, you get him good. Roll a 1d4. Okay, got it. He goes, You guys, this goes on for about a minute. You guys see these guys sort of punching, and they're actually getting, they're doing enough damage to each other. But ultimately, there's some jabs, a couple uppercuts, smacks in the head, trips. It's very entertaining. This warrior is holding his own, but ultimately he cannot keep up with the prowess and the physical, power of a level 7 cleric. Is it? And ultimately, you get him in you get him in a submission hold, and you could give it to him if you want. And you just sort of like,
I tap him. So good job.
Okay, so he basically he gets up, and all the audience is clapping. Like, oh, this is great! See some guys like drinking, spilling beer all over themselves. It was a very good fight. This guy is beaten, but he's basically good fight, man. And give me one more persuasion check. A persuasion check and then a performance check, or persuasion then performance.
Persuasion, an 8.
Right.
Performance, a 17.
The girl that you were looking at, she comes up to you, gives you a pat. Good try. Have a good sleep when she walks off.
Yeah.
Nope, nothing. Okay, so The rest of the night goes off without a hitch. You see, there are a couple of the soldiers sort of getting supplies ready for you. If there's any supplies that you want to bring, standard things from the player's handbook that are not steel weapons, let me know, and we can add those to your list. You guys are all level 7 now, correct?
Yeah.
After tonight's festivities, you guys are now going to level 8. It has been a long time. You guys have fought some battles. You've explored a lot of this area. You haven't leveled up for ages. It is now long overdue milestone. You guys are leveling up to level 8.
Do we do that now?
But you can do it. You can do it for next session. But I'm going to leave you with this. You guys are. Let's just do this. You get your supplies together. The families that you're staying with bid you sayonara. And you get into the canoes of the people of the village of Mantroop. Chief Fano and the cleric Umlat say goodbye to you as warriors row you out to Taboo Island. As you get closer to Taboo Island, so the lake is quite blue. Can't see. It's not super clear. You can see it quite a bit down, but it's not super clear. Seems a little. It's nice. It looks like it's not freezing cold. But there's a lot of fish, and obviously it's a plentiful bounty for the villagers of Mantroop. As you get closer to Taboo Island, you come up. As you get closer, you can see that the whole island is very rocky. It's like a big rocky mound. There are jungle and vegetation all around it, but you come to sort of a part of the island that is. It looks like an entrance to some sort of old cave or temple or something like that. But there's an you can actually see there isn't there is an ancient temple. It looks like a temple. You can see columns. You can see carved rock. You can see walls. You can see pedestals. And the entrance to this ancient temple, it's been carved into the side of a rocky cliff with steps that extend into the water. There are 2 primitive docks of narrow poles and weak planking extending from the temple steps. And there are several canoes that are already moored to the docks. There are 2 steps that lead up to a red marble landing lined with matching pillars. Set onto poles thrust into the cracks in the floor of the landing are many shrunken heads, jawbones, feathered totems, and other primitive tribal symbols. There are 3 short flights of steps that lead up to a second landing, 5 feet above the first. To either side of the center steps is a stone foot and an ankle. All that remains of a huge statue that once straddled the stairs. And I'm going to say the end stairways are each flanked by another red marble pillar. I'm not going to read anything more because you guys are still on the canoes getting out at the docks. But you guys have reached you've reached Taboo Island, which possibly is the final chapter of Saltmarsh's Isle of Dread. We will carry this on next time, and you will level up to level 8. Please go ahead. If there are things that you really wanted to bring from the village, let me know in Discord, and I can let you have those or not. And we'll take it from there. Any questions, you guys?
Yeah, I got a question.
Sure. Okay, Jeff.
So level 8 on mine, it shows an ability score improvement. What is that? 1 point.
It's two.
You get two, so you can use 2 points for any of your ability scores, or you can you cannot take that and you can take a feat. So you got the player's handbook, and I'll let
You can't increase them past 20.
Yes, but you can split it, so it's 1 and 1.
yeah.
Well,
So you get
I don't have any that would take me over 20 yet.
okay.
So
So you can add 2 to 1, or you can add 1 to 2 as ability score increases, or you can forgo that and you can take a feat. In the player's handbook, there are a number of feats like, Tavern Brawler, Mobile Feat, Polearm Master. I mean, there's Sharpshooter.
Yeah, sharpshooter.
You're a sharpshooter aren't you?
me, I don't know.
Check it out. Sharpshooter is if you're ranged and
You get a +2 proficiency on your sharpshooting. I believe you crit on a 19 or 20 now, and you get bonus damage.
so Jeff, do this. You've got it's player or chapter 8, I think.
But I think if you go through it in
No, maybe not.
20,
Yeah,
that'll be a spot where you can select from the feats and do them off.
yeah, and yeah. So roll 20. It's chapter 6 if you have the book. If you don't, go to roll 20, and just type in feats. Yeah, just go to the you can just type in feats. I think.
Sharpshooter. Attacking at long range doesn't impose disadvantage to your range attack rolls.
Right.
Your ranged weapons attacks ignore half and 3/4 cover. Before you make the attack with a ranged weapon that you're proficient with, you can choose to take a -5 penalty on your roll. If that attack hits, you do
Plus
a
10.
plus 10 to damage.
So it's like a called shot.
Yeah. So
I'm calling my shot.
So Jeff, there's a whole bunch of cool feats. There's websites that say, hey, if you're this, I mean, you want to min. I don't encourage min maxing, but there are some feats that make a lot more sense for assassins, and others that make 0 sense. You want to be a tavern brawler? Probably not a. Who cares, right? But mobile is always a good one for assassins. I think there's Sentinel is one to help with area of the field battle or battlefield movement if you want to control it a bit more. So yeah, you can all you guys at level 8 you can get feats, or you can you get your ability score increases. Okay.
Where
I don't get
on
feats.
the character sheet would I put that though? If I
There's if it's are you using Roll20 or sorry not Roll20 using like D&D Beyond, or are you just
whatever.
you did, okay
You can go into
Yeah.
you
can-
look it up. Like for me, I look it up in dnd5e.wiki.com, and it tells me all the different ones. And then if you're in Roll20, you can do a search for it as well in the second tab. I think it's like second or third tab.
What you can also do, Jeff, probably the easiest way is if you go into your character and then you can, I think when you go to edit, is it edit? No, not edit.
It's the gears.
It's the gear. You click on the gear and then you can go and launch Charactermancer. It's called Launch Level plus Charactermancer that allows you to go and add things to your character by level.
So like on my first page, I have like a set of things where like for me like my feat was observant.
Yeah.
Gave me
That's why you're like plus 89 for perception, right?
yeah, it's a +1 to intelligence or wisdom score up to a maximum of 20. If you can see the creature's mouth, you can and you speak the language, you can understand it. You interpret what they're saying by reading lips, and you have a +5 to your passive wisdom, perception, or intelligence would be investigation.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing that thing under the gear that you were telling me. I'm looking at it.
On your character,
I'm gonna share my screen, and I'll just do my level up process, but I can show you where to click it.
Okay. Yeah, you guys, we can do that here too. Let's do it here. We're gonna still stream. Also a note though, next week I can't make it. What am I talking about? I've got my big family dinner up in Whistler, so next Wednesday I cannot make it. Let's make it the week after, so 2 weeks from now. Okay.
I'll be jumping on a plane anyways.
Yep.
Yeah, me too.
There you go. So go. Okay, roll. Oh wow, there you go, Steve. Nice roll for hit points. Yeah. So if you guys want to roll, roll for hit points, you can do that. What did you do? Did you go?
Here, I'm sharing my screen. I think if you click on it, then
Yeah. There we go. Yep.
Yeah. All right. So
I'm not seeing it.
it's on Discord. It's like a 6.
Yeah, for me, for Twilight, I had launched a program called Aurora, and it gives me my stuff, and then I have to go import everything in.
You see my screen, Jeff?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is my character sheet, and then I'm going to go to this, the gear.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to click it.
Uh-huh.
Then you scroll down to launch level plus character mancer, the second of the two options.
Right.
And it takes you to this. Just click next. One level up to level 8.
Yeah. You just add one level. Yep.
I'm doing the average because I will roll a 1.
Okay.
Next. And it just tells you of any extra features you get. I actually do get something, which is pretty cool.
Oh, you get a what? You get an extra.
Now into flying creatures.
Oh, well.
Shape in the Quetzalcoatlus.
Okay.
And then you should get an ability score increase / feat. So you can choose either the ability score or you can choose a feat.
And there you go.
Toggle thing with all the different ones. So like.
Do you have when you go under there? Does it give you all of them? There you go. It gives you all the.
And then you click on it, and then you can scroll and see like what it does.
Okay.
And you can choose a different one, like grappler, sure, and you look at it and see what it is. And then just when you find the one you like, click next.
Isn't a set? Yeah.
So if you click on next, it actually gives it to you.
Yeah. So, for example, I don't think I can take grappler, but just Delver. Sure. Next, and it's any extra spells you get, which I actually think I get one extra spell. Then you go to review, and it should tell you like all the changes. Like feat, you just select Dungeon Delver, and then you click Apply Changes. It'll add that to your character sheet in Roll20.
Okay.
By the way, I mean, I am going to allow lucky. Some people don't allow lucky in their campaigns. I will allow that if you want to do it.
You?
I'm not taking that.
I won't. Being a custom lineage, I get at 0 level, I get 1 feat, and then I don't get any more feats. It's one of the downsides of custom lineage.
There you go. Okay.
I don't think that.
But
I think you can still take feats.
What?
I'm pretty sure you can still take feats.
I can't take feats. I can take skill points though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You sure?
Is that from
That's what I
Tasha's? Is that Tasha's or?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can still take feats.
I got the feat I need. I want skill points.
That's cool.
I need more health.
I think I'm gonna bump up my wisdom to 20.
Yeah, my wisdom's already 20.
Yeah.
Greg, are you coming back out here for Thanksgiving?
Yep. No, not to California. I'm going to Arizona.
Arizona?
Family friend over there that we're spending Thanksgiving with.
Nice.
But
There you
I'll try to bring some oil fire there that everybody's driving out there so they can take it back with them.
Wonderful.
How about you, Steve? What's going on?
Oh, we're just doing Thanksgiving with my wife's family.
Good stuff. By the way, you'd appreciate this, Steve. So there was a Vancouver Canucks game versus Buffalo, and my wife, she didn't really know about Buffalo that much. She goes, "It's so close to Canada." I go, "That's why Steve knows what Tim Hortons is, right?"
It's like literally, like I can see Canada from my backyard.
Exactly.
I'm not in the Sarah Palin way.
That's perfect. I was like, Mimi's like, why are there so many Canucks fans in Buffalo? I don't think there's Canucks fans in Buffalo, but they're in Canada. They just cross the border to watch the games, man. That'd be great to live near Buffalo, or even in Buffalo, so you get to now you get good hockey. So
Buffalo's supposed to get 3 to 6 feet of snow this weekend.
Holy crap! Hey, even Dallas is supposed to get snow might get a little dusting on Sunday. So
we got a little dusting a couple days ago.
Really? Wow. We did have frost a couple days ago too. So
The thing is, it's gone in like a couple hours. So.
that's true. Yep.
Yeah.
Not the Buffalo 3 to 6 feet. That'll be around for a bit.
No, that'd be bad.
Yep. Cool. Anyway, guys, look, that was fun. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Have an excellent Thanksgiving. This is all part of it. Thanks for some good gaming. And again, we're approaching the climax here. After this long.
How did you bring up that that section again? The character editor. I missed the first part.
I can show it if you want. Tell me if you can see it. I'm doing the same thing. So
It's a gear on the right side.
here I'll do Axel's because he's not here. So it's the gear over here. Can you see the? Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Go there and then down here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Want to choose the second one though, because the first one resets
Yeah.
your character.
Yeah. You do it this way.
Okay, cool. Let me see if this allows me to do what I want to do.
Oops, you shouldn't see that yet. All right, guys, have a great one, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, and Logan, I'll send you a note. See if we can maybe hook up in Whistler. I'll be there for a couple days. So.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, have a good one.
You too.
Later.
Ciao. Bye.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.